Welcome to a brand new episode of the Real Life Podcast, a member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
Welcome to Real Life, everyone.
What is going on right now?
I think that I'm in love with Matthew Kachuk.
Are you guys all drunk?
Episode 455, Real Life Podcast.
I remember, Chalmers, when you told me about the song Stan by Eminem.
So we're picking this up
on the 11th tee. You're like, Eminem has this new song, and it's like a movie. It's like an hour long, and it explains all this crazy crap. And that was roughly this summer, 23 years ago.
No, that was on the Marshall Mathers LP. That was the next album.
Oh, damn it. Well, Slim
The
Shady.
Slim Shady LP with
Oh,
my
hi.
name
My name is.
23 years ago.
My
Guilty
name
Conscience
is...
was on that one.
Yep.
That's a good song.
Big
You went to
jam.
visit Dr. Dre, unknown, wearing a yellow tracksuit and had no change of clothes.
What we're talking about, we started this conversation before we started recording.
It's called a cold start, your M-check.
Slim Shady LP came out 23 years ago today? 24 years ago.
1999.
And that's making you feel old.
Wow.
That's more than half of my life ago.
That was pre-Y2K, your M-check, where we all just walked the streets
We hadn't
with
even
a spring in our step.
Yeah, we hadn't even celebrated the millennium yet.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
What
No,
kind
we
of
were-
conspiracy theories were around pre-Y2K?
Oh, there is. I worked
Tons
at
of gooders.
Safeway, and there was a few subscribers to the Y2K, and they would go home like daily, loading up on like dry goods,
Yep.
non-perishable bottles of water. Like there was a few that were
Was that
really,
the
really
first,
into it.
like in your lifetime? I know it's obviously not the first really big conspiracy theory in general, but like in your lifetime, is that the first thing that you can remember where you were like, it was like worldwide spread. I'm not going to say panic, but like you just
pretty
didn't
close to
know.
a panic.
I mean, it was like it stressed me out. I was only 19 years old, but I was just like, is like my bank account going to all of a sudden be gone?
Oh, yeah,
By
there's
$80,
people-
Like,
eh?
yeah.
Will
Is
I
that-
be able to go
is-
to Ezzy's on Tuesday and get $20 out of my debit
So
card?
should I withdraw my 80
Is
now?
that negative 120 going to be totally
Yeah.
gone?
Oh, yeah, I was like, so
I
is my
hope-
line of credit erased?
Yeah, should the day before, should
My
we
credit
go
cards, my
and
credit-
spend a lot of money on our credit cards?
I just bought rims on my brick card. Will that be canceled out?
But like, that was the first thing that I was ever really kind of as
Nuclear
an adult.
bombs freaked out the world for 30 years.
No, that's,
prior
I
to
didn't say
yeah.
the world. I said personally to you as an adult or a,
I
or,
couldn't wrap my head around it because
I
I'm like,
couldn't
what do you
either.
mean a fucking computer that is smarter than me can't recognize going from 1999 to 2000? I just
said it.
refused to believe that they couldn't figure it out.
I've said the story on the podcast before, but a guy I was at a house party with that night had played the best joke ever. He went down to the fuse box downstairs, and when it flipped to midnight, he shut off everything in the
Genius.
house. So all the lights went out, and everybody started screaming. It was hilarious.
That and the Mayan calendar of 2012 were
Yeah.
two things that I'm like, are these going to happen?
But that fizzled out the closer you actually got to 2012, if I'm remembering that
Put
timeline
on a
correctly.
wicked movie 2012.
Yeah. And that made me like, I'm like, okay, well, if it does happen, humanity will
Yeah,
kind
we
of
have a
save
plan. We have
themselves.
spaceships we're building
Yeah.
in a
John
mountain
Cusack
range.
laid out the roadmap here.
Oh, yeah.
He did, but for a select few.
is it weird that I have no idea what you guys are talking
The
about?
Mayan calendar flipping over?
Don't remember.
What, were you on them thangs in 2012 and don't remember anything? What the hell?
32 years old? God, no.
Yeah, we all should have died then. We didn't though.
Well, good.
Being
I'm glad
a
we
doomsday
didn't.
prepper, though, I think is like something that just sort of Spider-Man's from the reason we're all going to die to the next reason we're going to die. There's always a pretty valid reason to buy space food in a giant jug and store it under your stairs. No, I didn't. No, I didn't, Chalmers.
But when are you going to start? And
15
how?
kilogram thing of macaroni and cheese you're supposed to eat on a mission to Mars? No,
yeah,
I
I've
didn't.
just got those dry drums of space food, and I use them
But
as furniture.
the first step to being a prepper is to get yourself a bunker. How do you?
There's levels to the game.
No, you got to be able to store it somewhere. You're not just going to store it above
Under your
land.
stairs, man.
No, you don't move it twice. So you're going to want to dig that hole first. How do you inconspicuously dig a bunker like in your
Shawshank Redemption
backyard?
it.
Yeah, slow.
Yeah,
Slow,
a little
you just
bit.
got
Walking around
pockets
your
full of
neighborhood
bullets
every
walking
day.
around.
One pebble at a
Dropping
time.
pebs. Dropping pebs.
Oh my God.
All you got to do is frame in your utility room and just like hide the door.
I really think that if
Boy,
something's
you-
really going to end the world, that it's going to be a little bit more intense.
You
than
pulled that
needing
quickly, though, and now I have more questions.
I would never hide things at Wanye Manor. I have a series of traps all around the river valley.
I
Yeah,
think
mouse traps.
so. I don't even know why I would get so deep into this, but in the house that I'm living in right now, I hydrovac'd a room underneath an extension.
Yeah.
You dug
And
out the
it
basement,
was,
didn't you?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like the dude that
built
got
heavy
into that
duty.
spot had to get in like a 2.5 foot high room with the hydrovac and sit in the middle and work it out like a fishbowl.
Where you're like, can I make a locking door? Will people hear someone screaming out of here?
If you were to try to do something like that right now, to like do it in your backyard,
It's too cold.
well, not right this minute.
Oh, okay.
You'd probably want to start in spring.
Okay. Sorry.
Construction's best suited.
I'm
starting
taking
in
this
spring.
literally, Chalmers.
Grab some shovels now.
No, can't do shovels. Where are you going to put all? Think about all that dirt you're removing. You just
Again,
gonna have
I'm
dump
just
trucks and
Shawshank
dump-
Put them in
Redemption
your
around my
pockets,
now.
man.
Yeah.
Just let that shit dribble.
I got a hole
There
at
is
the bottom.
zero chance. Like all of a sudden they're like, God, why is the fence so short all of a sudden? Because the outside of the yard's been built up by like a foot and a half over the last 5 years. How long did it take him to dig that hole in that stupid movie?
Years.
Quite a while.
Well,
But he had nothing better to
Like
do.
12 years or something like that. 20
patience.
years.
Bullshit.
Something like that.
But he's using like
been a while.
his dried eyelashes as his ice pick. Like he didn't have very good tools.
Yeah, he had that little nubby tool.
And that
that's all he had.
lady.
And in 12 years, he never once crinkled the poster. And how did the tape keep sticking?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what?
There's a lot of
all
holes.
You cared, all you cared about was the tape at the top.
A lot of holes. No,
Yeah, just
because
the
it
tape
would
at the top,
roll
yeah.
up.
Tape at
That
the
lady
top.
just passed away from that poster.
Yeah, Raquel Welch.
What if he hit like an area in the ground that was holding air, and the air was like and blew the poster off?
How did he get through the pipe in the wall? That's the real question. To get into the sewer. Getting into the
Because
wall.
he has that rock and he smashes it when the
think
But
that
like,
movie-
how many times in a thunderstorm?
I think
would
that
you need to
movie's
hit
best
a
left just
8-inch iron
enjoyed
pipe?
with a mindless effort.
Listen, you could escape from jail. Chapo did it.
Oh yeah,
But he did it how you do it for real. Not with a
with
Raquel
everybody
Welch
in the whole
poster.
jail helping
Yeah,
you because
yeah.
you paid them extra
Money
like
and
a
fear.
amount of money.
Yeah.
So we started this conversation because
Cold
the
open.
Slim Shady LP came out 24 years ago today, which made us all feel very old. Well, it made me feel. Probably not your Chuck.
I'm
How
trying
old
to
were you
say
when that
something
came
super
out?
Like, I was 2 years old when it came out.
Well, I think I'm 25 right now.
You think you're 25 right now?
Pretty sure.
Tyler,
Cut him in half,
you
count
don't
his
you,
rings.
you don't start forgetting your age until you turn 30.
That
so
That
just
is
stop
wild.
this.
Okay, so Eminem's album came out when you were 1 year old.
Basically, your M-Check came out when the album came out, if you catch
Yeah,
my drift.
essentially.
They both headed into the market at the same time.
I was watching huge spliffs being rolled while we listened to this album, and you were literally
Straight up.
a baby. You were literally
being
just
raised in Jamaica.
what? No, I was in a house. I'll never forget. Dude, a spliff. Yeah. Oh, the boys used to roll.
Spliffs being rolled. Well, my name is.
I was traveling
Yeah.
with Bob Marley at the time. I was a percussionist.
By this time, it was all volcanoes and spliffs.
This
And
is pre-Y2K, your M-Check.
This is at a friend of ours' house. And
Everyone was spliffing.
This guy came over and he was like, I just got this brand new record. We're going to smoke and we're going to listen to it. And I think 20 of us sat in the living room of this
Damn,
guy's
you
house.
rolled deep in the spliff
and listened to
era.
it.
Lava lamps.
No,
I'm rolling 30 deep.
You should see,
know how I
and
do
some of these guys
pre-Y2K.
could take down like a whole bag of the volcano. You know what the volcano is? You put the bag on the
We're
thing
aware.
and then you're like, what's that?
You're like explaining what the Edmonton Oilers are to Connor McDavid over here. Well familiar with the technology.
And they would just take
Stay
the whole
pretty
damn
quiet,
thing.
Bag
in.
milk. You're like, no, what is that? Go on.
Yeah, the science.
This is a
behind
new
it.
Go on.
Explain.
I was wondering why you weren't answering. All right. All right. So yeah, that's a fun time.
So yes, the Slim Shady LP came out around the time I was conceived. That is correct. I did.
Conceived
Yes.
or delivered?
Delivered, not conceived.
Didn't it come out today?
You're conceived.
You
Today,
know the day
24
your
years
parents
ago.
got it on?
You said it came out 25 years
24
ago.
years
24
ago.
years ago.
Today.
1990.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Never mind.
You were just a
Chuck Mouth?
fresh wee baby.
Do your parents celebrate the day you were conceived as a holiday
Yeah,
prior
Yeah,
to
they
your
throw
birthday?
on guilty conscience. when
Big
they go out
holiday.
and just
Yeah.
I don't,
fired up.
at the risk of, I mean, there's a segue here, but there's a hijacking
Do you remember
also.
when your children were conceived?
Yes, I do. Yes,
I do.
Yes, I do. There's a hijacking and there is
Are you sure? It's fine.
a buffer. That's the second thing today. It's made me feel old. Today, I got my yearly physical done at the doctor's office.
Yeah. How's the odometer?
What an adventure. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on at a 43-year-old man's, but the one thing that we've talked about before is I'm 43 years old.
Did you say 43-year-old butt?
in my
Or a
in my man, in my
43-year-old's
body.
Butt.
In my body.
Like your butt?
Well, the butt.
Or were you saying also?
Good segue, because
You had to do that?
They touched the butt.
So I've been asking
I
for it
insist
since
you're
35.
Demanding.
I
it.
insist my
38.
dentist do it.
Oh,
demanding
for the prostate exam.
Yes.
Yeah.
so
No, you're too young.
As of right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
my butt is still an exit only, and I'm just
Wink.
waiting for the moment when my doctor, does what he needs to do to a guy at my age.
If you fill the form out right, they'll do it without needing to.
Okay, but here's the thing. So I
go to
know I'm
unlicensed
having this checkup. I'm showering this morning. I'm getting it all fresh. I'm like I'm going on my first date here.
A full detailing.
Bleaching and everything.
Buff that. Cut
Last night I gave it a trim.
Dye that.
Like he's on a set
I'm
of
going to be ready for
abrasors.
this. I know how uncomfortable it is for me, and I want to
Angle
make it a
grind
little
that.
less uncomfortable for him. Because
all day long.
I'm feeling like
Best case
Brazilian,
scenario.
got a fresh Brazilian.
well, I don't want to have to make him weed through the hack through
I want this to
the
be
jungle to get there. Trying to make this thing as easy and painless for both of us as possible.
Just bring your own machete.
Yeah, machete. So I'm nervous, right? It's like a first date. I'm nervous. I'm going to get there. We're going to talk about the myriad of things mentally and physically that I have wrong with me.
Have you already sized up his hand size?
Yeah, yes.
Big hands?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
No. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
I'm wondering if he's
That's
going to be able to
Dr.
reach up
Fingers.
far enough, but don't worry.
How far does it go?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So anyways, I get there and I'm like rambling through all the things that we do and all I can think about is this moment where I ask him the very awkward question of,
Can you finally do this?
can you stick your finger
I've been
in my
waiting
butt?
for years.
Please.
I flossed all year.
Please. Because I told you before, I'm starting to think this is me, not him now. I got to get somebody new. Dude.
Wow, who develops a complex about this?
So the time has come.
My doctor won't do this. Now I have a complex.
I've been asking for 8 years now.
We've gone through the pleasantries. I am shaking now, sweating, which doesn't help for the upkeep that I did earlier. And I simply say, and I don't know what to call it.
You farted.
I don't know what to call it. No, I did not. But I don't know what, I'm like, so.
Grand finale?
You
So
start
here's my last
waving it at
question.
him like a cat.
So here's my last question. I've never had a colonoscopy, Dr. Sir, and I'm wondering if it's time for you to examine and he's like, you're what? And I'm like, why are you making me say it?
He's
you
like,
know
this
what
is
I
why I
mean.
went
You
to
know
medical
exactly what I
school
mean.
for just this
so I'm
moment.
thinking anus, rectum.
Oh, yeah.
I don't say either of those. I say butthole. Like a moron. I just don't know why. And he goes,
all right, Beavis.
exactly. Like I've rehearsed this. Like I'm screwing up the date. And it's fucking ridiculous that this is even happening. And I'm sitting there and he looks at me and he goes, oh no, we don't do that till 45 now. And I swear to God, I looked at him like, it's me. It's me. He doesn't want to do it. Just do it already. He doesn't want to do it because
I've been practicing.
so
at
what do you
home.
think I said?
Just do it.
No, I said, okay. And I got dressed and I got the hell out of there because it was so awkward coming up to it. But I'm starting, if you didn't think I had a complex before this visit, I have one now.
Yeah.
I have
It's
one
evident.
now. Didn't even, come on, man.
Just finger my butthole, man.
Just do it already. Get it over with. The suspense is killing me, man. I don't know what you're looking
Is it
for. I don't know what you're going to
suspense or
find.
is it
Probably nothing.
excitement?
Yeah.
It's
Insistent.
not
I'm very
excitement, man.
confused.
It's not excitement. It is the opposite of excitement. It's like
you
when I
should
go
have
to
been
get...
sweet, high five. I'm 45. All right, see you then.
Could you?
I won
Yeah,
them.
but okay. My crazy mind is like, what if there's something up there though, bud? Just what if?
that
How many
steak
times
that
do you
you
hear
eat in
about
there?
people that are like, I'm just so glad we caught it early. I just happened to be going there for a routine checkup and then slipped a finger, digit, found this, and now I'm healthy. And I'm like, okay, we should do that.
Well, you're having an existential crisis here.
Buddy, I'm very weird. Very weird. So yeah,
So
that's
you called your butt a butthole to your doctor.
and I had anus and rectum in my head. And I still said butthole
You
like
could have
an
said
idiot.
nuss and sounded better.
I don't even know what that is.
You could have just jumped ahead and bent one over and just said, hit her,
Just
daddy.
said, do it. You're doing it.
And they said,
You're
sir,
doing
you're in
it.
the lobby of the shopping center. You are not at your doctor yet. You
Hi.
are starting this procedure
So I left-
too
Sir,
soon.
this is a Wendy's.
Yeah. So I left there and he's like, hey, you should go get have you been fasting? And I said, yes, I knew I was going to get blood work. I've been fasting. And he goes, okay, we'll just go upstairs. There's nobody there right now. You can go get the blood work done. And I'm just feel like I've just been broken up with. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, but you haven't eaten anything, right? And I'm like, nope, haven't eaten anything. And I walk upstairs and all of a sudden I remember the moment
I had eaten something.
when my son left one piece of Eggo on his plate and I have cleared up the plates in the morning as they're going to get dressed.
Couldn't resist.
I just always do it. If they have one piece left, I put it in my mouth. I eat it. If they have a piece of toast, I just eat it. I don't know. It's like, I don't want to throw it away. So I ate it.
Don't want to waste.
So I went up to the lady and I'm like, she's like, you haven't
wasted
eaten
your Brazilian
anything.
this morning, but you don't want to waste the Eggo.
Like, sir, your blood is currently Red Bull.
She goes, no, it's all only water. I knew what was happening. I knew it was coming. And she's like, have you eaten anything? I'm like, does one piece of Eggo with some syrup count? And she just drops the paper. She goes, yeah, it does.
Shut up, seriously?
I swear to God. She's like, you can't do it. Come back tomorrow. And I timed this thing so perfectly that between this doctor's appointment, which is down the street from here, and now I would have gotten the blood work done, the x-ray that I need to get done on my ankle, and then be here in time. Now, all of a sudden, I've got like an hour and a half to kill. So what do?
Eat more Eggos.
No. Came here and had a couple beers.
Well, that's all right.
I mean, why would you?
That's why there's a bar at work.
To be honest, everything was really good at the doctor, so I'm feeling very good. A lot better than last time.
Let's ruin that temple.
We've had to change up some things. We've got some things going. Clean bill of health, so why not ruin it with a couple beers?
Well, a couple in beer moderation.
No. He was pretty happy with my changes. So
Did he ask you how many drinks in a week you have?
Yeah, absolutely.
What number do you give him?
40.
You actually straight up say 40?
40.
Is it 40?
And what does he say when you say that? Because I've actually been
40 drinks in a
I've
week?
straight up
40, not drinks.
Are you Winston Churchill?
No, you got to understand the question before you can understand the answer.
Yeah.
They're asking for how many units, how many shots,
like ounces, right?
ounces,
Yeah.
right? So a beer is 1 unit, a shot of rye is 1 unit, right?
So when you have a triple at home, it's 3 units.
A Chalmers
Absolutely, it
4 is 3 to 4
A Chalmers
units.
unit is 3 to 4.
4 fingers high.
So,
one for each year of the war.
Trust me, I've done the math, and like in a week, I'll probably consume 6 to 8 beers max. But I can put back about 26 to 36.
Like you'll drink a bottle of whiskey
rye
or rye every week.
So it was funny.
Give or take.
We were
on like a week where we have people over. Yeah, if there's a week where we don't have anything on the weekend, that number plummets. Like it just does.
It stays at the 6
I
to
give
8
him
beers.
average. I'm not going to tell him if you lie to your doctor, then you lie to
can't.
everybody.
You gotta let him know.
You can't. You got to tell him the truth.
You gotta let him
I
know.
straight up lied last time I did. I felt bad about it.
So actually,
No, you
I'm gonna go. Like I'm gonna make a doctor's
Don't
note because
lie.
I haven't been in a long time, and I'm curious because I don't want to lie, but I'm curious about.
Just don't call it your butthole.
I know I won't say that now. I know, but like, what's their response when you're like 40 drinks? Because that's
was
probably
like,
where
okay.
I'm at.
He just goes and gets an oxygen tank
honestly,
and hooks it up to his own face.
He didn't even bat an eye. He kind of was like, yeah, 40. He's
I
like,
like
he's
that.
like, I would like, he's like, I'd like to see it lower. But then we talked about other things, just like, it's a calming thing. Do the math, man.
I'm not judging.
So people that drink beers, it's hard to drink 40 beers a week. Like, well, I think, I don't know. Some people can probably drink 6 to 8 a day.
If I'm on a golf trip, I'll drink 40 beers.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
But hard booze is easy.
But you're right. Yeah, casual beer drinker, that number
Yeah.
won't be as high as like a casual rye drinker.
But if I have 2 Ryan Cokes on a Thursday night, that's 4. Right
least,
then
yeah.
and there. Yep. Right then and there. If you go and you're on a Friday and you have like, just think about when you go to like dinner and you have like a pint or 2 before you get your meal, and then maybe like 2 Ryan Cokes right after dinner. That's 4. Are you saying you don't do that?
Think about when you get up,
okay,
your
Volcano
MJ
Man over here
thing.
judging the drinker.
You wake
I'm
up
not
for
judging
breakfast.
it. I just think
right?
that's hilarious.
You wake up for breakfast. It's cold out. So you have 4 Ryan
Do
Cokes
you know what my
to
answer?
warm up before breakfast. All of those count towards your
Do you know
weekly
what my
total.
answer was when he asked me if I did any drugs? No, sir, I do not.
Wow,
Partake
that hasn't always been the case.
In the devil's lettuce.
Wink.
I'm not judging.
Or nose beers.
Crocodile you're into.
Yeah.
I love
Russian
the
street
beers.
synths.
The turn nose beers is so funny. But anyways, but I was proud to say I don't drink beers anymore, or I don't drink.
I just thought it was funny. All I was laughing about was the 2 pre-meal beers plus the 2 post-meal.
Okay, so this is how it sums up. You get
eating
your
chicken
first
fingers
beer.
in the park.
Let's just say you're going to BP's. It's a Friday night, beautiful time, and this isn't a Tuesday
or Montana's.
Or Montana. Sorry, yes, Montana's. I just go there so many times. My kids came.
I know it's
Fuck.
fine. No one's sponsored.
So you're with your family or your friends. It's a Friday night. That first crispy boy goes down so fast.
Oh.
Then you have the second one. You usually nurse it until you get your dinner. And then with your dinner, you need a little wash down drink, right? But then while you're waiting for the beer, what are you just not going to have, or waiting for the bill, you're just not going to have a drink? So you get yourself a bill drink. And then you pay for the drinks and the dinner and you're done.
A bill drink.
A bill drink. Tell me the next time.
A bill drink.
Tell me the next time you ask for the bill.
Yeah.
And a drink at the same time.
That's a
and tell
perfect
me
time for them to hit
you
you
have
with the
not
final
been
upsell
living
of the voyage.
you have not been living your life wrong this whole time. If you don't ask, if you just say give me the bill, you always find yourself getting antsy. You got nothing to do. You're done your drink. They give you the bill. Then maybe they walk away with the machine.
Getting the drink shot of the meal.
If you
No, but then
try not getting the bill drink. and time how much
No,
faster.
but you're
the
not in a
meal shows
rush.
up.
You're there
I
for a
went
good
out-
time.
I went out for dinner last weekend with my brother. He was in town. I had 1 glass of wine, a 9-ounce pour, and some water. That's all I had for dinner.
9 ounces. That's
food?
9 units.
What? No.
Just kidding. I like
That's a unit and a half, I think.
I think it is a unit and a half. I think 6 is a 1 unit.
That's
yeah.
a standard dinner for me.
Yeah.
1 9-ouncer.
Yeah.
That gets you where you need to be.
Yeah, I went out.
See, I don't drink wine. You know what? I'll bet you I could tell him 20 if I just drank wine. I'll bet you I could easily tell him that, but I don't.
I just like the approach to dinner. That's all.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, it's a great approach. But just
love it
seriously,
too.
the next time you're out with friends or you're out with it's a Friday night.
Get the bill drink.
Tyler, let's go for dinner tonight.
And you get the bill. You ask for the bill. Just if they get sidetracked or then they need to go get the machine, you wish you had that drink if you're going somewhere else to have another.
Yeah,
drink.
I
with you.
agree.
Yeah.
If you're having a night, sure, 100%.
I'm
Yeah,
not
if you're going
talking
out for a
about
night.
every time.
Well, you said you're going to BP's with your family. Like, what,
on a Friday
you guys
night.
going clubbing right after?
Yeah, we go to friends' houses or something.
Okay.
You
Well, you
know
had a
goddamn
name
well,
for
we're
it.
always
You
doing
called
something.
it a bill beer, so it seems
A bill
pretty
drink.
regular.
A bill drink.
Amazing.
Chalmers, you'll be happy to know we are talking to a rye company. And they asked if there's anyone in the company that could be good ambassadors of our brand.
We have a guy who's
And I'm
made of rye.
We have the guy.
Hello.
He went to the doctor. They took blood. And they went, "Sir,
We
this
got a
is
guy
Crown
out east.
Royal."
We got a guy out west.
Okay. Well, where are you flying me to then? Where do I got to go to
No, you
test
stay
the
here.
product? Oh,
No, yeah, they'll bring
It comes to you.
damn it.
Yeah, it's wildly available.
I cannot
Widely
wait.
available, sorry.
I cannot
you
wait.
want to give
Do I
Chalmers-
like this rye? Do you know this rye? Do you know if I've had it before?
I don't want to.
Okay.
Do you want to ruin Chalmers' clean bill of health, Jay?
I also don't want to jinx us. I hope we do a partnership.
Okay,
'cause they're a
you know
great
I've had
fit
it.
for
That's
us.
all I need to hear.
Are you giving Chalmers' clean bill of health the shredding of we now have a rye sponsor?
Well,
He's climbed out of the hole of addiction on numerous fronts.
But a
Yes,
40 quota,
yes.
you can just replace.
Not the rye.
That's just money in, money out at that point.
Hey, doc, I'm at 40 shots a week. We need to get that up. It's the rye people standing beside the doctor. Like,
I got to go back to it.
doctor's
He was
office.
just like, yep, okay, wrote it down.
But I like that.
And he's just like, yep.
Can we get you up to 80
my
shots a
doctor
week,
shames
Chalmers?
me a bit.
Does he?
In the sense of
Well,
just
what do you
like,
tell him?
He's like, how many drinks do you have a week? And I'll
Don't lie.
like,
Don't lie.
I'll
Don't
say on
fucking lie to
average,
me.
because there's weeks I have 0 and there's weeks I have 20.
Okay,
You'll
but
go
an
a full
average.
7 days
So
without
I
drinking.
don't say that
I'm
my
probably
average is probably like 35 then, but I bump it up because I don't want to.
Yeah, so I say my number. I say my number, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, like
Say
like,
your
he
number.
wants 0. Oh, I say like 12 to 15.
Oh my god!
Chalmers
That
doesn't
would
have any
be
drinks on
mine,
the way to
12 to
drinking.
15.
I probably haven't had 12 to 15 drinks this past month.
Today's Thursday,
Clear it up.
and I've had a drink
Good for you.
every night, but I've only had 1 glass of wine every night.
And I know, yeah,
So 1.5 then.
yeah. Chalmers, Rye, and Cokes at home are not 3 ounces. Let's put it that way. They're 2.
Oh my
They're
God.
2.
You have
I don't know,
special
man.
glasses.
Actually, I don't
on.
feel bad about this. I
don't
don't
care.
I'm not
We're
going to
shaming.
shame
We're
me.
talking about your doctor's
Yeah.
cool about it, and I'm saying my doctor's just like, oh no, like, and I say like,
And all-
oh no, you gotta like, he'll always bring in, but you gotta cut down, you gotta cut down. He doesn't stop within the physical.
Dr.
all the
Buzzkill,
vitals,
thanks a lot,
all the
fucko.
things.
Does not work for big alcohol, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This place sucks.
I'm feeling good about
Yeah,
it.
I like
Chalmers
Dr.
doc-
McGillicuddy's
I
office
just
way
need.
better.
Guys. This is where it takes a dark turn, though.
Oh, okay.
I told you guys numerous times I'm trying to stay physically fit enough to compete with my
Fight your
children.
children.
Yeah.
Oh,
To fight my children for when they get to fighting age.
but they're just getting bigger, Chalmers.
Dudes,
It's gonna happen.
I had a real setback here last week.
Ooh, playing what? VR?
No.
Oculus Rift?
No.
Oh, you said that. Never mind.
So I'm not in the best shape right now. It's clear. And I need to get back to my fighting weight. But
You can still kick their ass, Chalmers.
No, I
Come on.
can.
Okay,
You're right.
okay,
You're
good,
right.
good, good.
but I'm not working out on a daily basis. I'm way too sporadic. Forget about that. I'm not feeling great about where I'm at, but what I did was we went to Launchpad. You ever been to Launchpad before?
Oh, dude, your ankles, you'd go to Launchpad?
Buddy.
What's Launchpad?
Slam ball.
You knew what I was
Trampoline
going to
park.
say before I even said it. No, it was my son's birthday party. On Tuesday morning, it was a PD day, and it was the only time we could do his birthday where all of his friends could come. So we went to Launchpad. Me and my wife, we went and stood up on this thing. She fell into the foam pit. It's not a foam pit anymore. It's more of a balloon floor. And she's like, oh my God, that's so awesome. I'm standing there and I'm like, you know what? Don't fucking be the guy that gets hurt here. Just get down and just watch everybody else have fun. So I go to step off this thing that's about 3 feet off the ground onto what is like the padding side of the trampoline. and I step on it with my foot and I slip and my foot goes in between the two things. It rolls my ankle, and look at the goddamn size of her. Look at the size of that ankle.
Oh yeah,
She's juicy.
I sprained my ankle. The same ankle I sprained religiously.
Trying to avoid getting hurt.
Trying to avoid getting hurt.
So that's the thing. You
I hate this week.
You manifest it when you avoid it. Just
You want
lean
more
into
cold.
Should have jumped into the pit.
More
I should have
cold.
just jumped in the pit. I know. At least I would
Wouldn't have hurt.
And I just and she goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I twisted my ankle." Again, she's like, and she knows that this is a week now. Like this is a week of me being first 2 days super unproductive. Third day, she knows I'm mentally not where I want to be right now, and she's just like, "Oh God, we have to do this for next week." And I'm on like day 3, so I'm handling it okay. I'm handling it just fine. But it's like just unbelievable.
Is that a double or a single?
Was that your bill
That's
ride?
a single. That's a single. That's my bill ride. That's a
You
single.
know how dog patch do.
I just
Single's a double, double's a
Yeah.
quad.
no. I just have one.
It's a good business model.
AGLC. No, that is not the case.
So twisted my ankle, trying to not twist my ankle. So guys, don't take it seriously. Take your health
And
seriously.
you gave yourself a Brazilian in the hopes of being to not.
And the guy
See?
wasn't even interested in you.
Oh, yeah.
I have had a week, boys. I have had
You just
a
need to
week.
let life happen. You shouldn't have done anything. Should have just leaned into everything. You would have got everything you wanted done. Not hurt, and you would have got fingered.
I know.
Boy, the people who don't like
would've
Chalmers
got
are not going to enjoy this episode. Though.
Yeah, that's true. I've been talking a lot.
No,
but
it's
you know
been
what? It's
good,
been
though.
very entertaining. We've learned a lot.
It was great.
You
I
learned a lot
straight
about
up lied to my doctor last time, so I won't.
You
do it
cannot.
this
You know
time.
what?
But like, what are
see,
you lying about if you only have 6 drinks?
I
a
learned
week?
a long time
Well,
ago it's not good to
The
lie to
last time I
anybody.
did it, I was drinking more than I am now, and I just brought it down a touch. 30%.
I know, but like, who, like,
I don't know why.
you're
There's no
not
reason
gaining
to.
anything. It doesn't.
Well, he shamed me anyway, so it was effective.
My doctor, your M-Check's like, last time we were here, you wanted a bunch of brochures about having extra penises installed. Is that something you're still thinking about doing, sir? We don't recommend that in Western medical science. And I said, don't tell me how to live, Dr. Buzzkill.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Do you know what the key to it
not
is,
a
though?
doctor.
And I feel it right now.
Key to what?
The key to just health and
wangs.
happiness and is like, I felt happier talking to him today. And I feel happier talking to you guys about it today. Because when I go home, I'm going to be like, yeah, the doctor didn't care about 40, but boy, did bag milk look at me fucking sideways when I said 40. And I'm going to really think about that.
You know what, Chalmers? I don't want you to feel left out. I'm probably north of 30 a week as well. So
Well, Bag Milk's got
You're
that
not alone.
lazy eye. You never know where he's looking. It
One
might not
eye's
have
looking
been
at you,
anything.
one eye's looking for you.
Look, I know who I am. I know what I am. And don't lie to your doctor straight up.
I'm not judging you,
Don't
Chalmers.
do
I
it.
totally agree.
Yeah.
You've made me a rye before, and I understand why you drink them.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I'm never cheated of a good time.
No.
No.
Like, we're going on the nation vacation to Toronto in 2 weeks, and my BPP is going to be
Oh,
sky
yeah, I'll
high.
be-
So if I was talking to my doctor that week, I'd be like, well,
Yeah,
don't worry
don't
about it.
time your physical right after
yeah,
that trip.
this is just an outlier.
Which reminds me, I am due for a physical. I should book one in.
Well, you're going to lie to him.
I've never
if you say
had
12,
one. I feel like
15.
I should get on.
That's what I have. Chalmers.
I've been at Uncle Glenn's with you and watched you take back 12 on a Saturday night.
What? Impossible. No.
All
I'm
right.
just trying to sewer him a little bit. Just trying to get him.
Trying to get everyone on your level.
Yeah, kinda.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, but
that's
Chalmers,
the guilt. That's
there-
the guilt I'm going to
No,
go with.
but Chalmers, there's 2 day spans where I will drink 40
Yeah,
drinks.
Chalmers, pull the
Yes,
right
no
stories
problem.
out. Jay, remember when we drove a Texas Mickey to Banff and it had its own seatbelt?
There you go.
Of rye?
Exactly.
That was when we were drinking too much rye, Chalmers.
That was probably 40 rise in a couple
I'm just like
days.
the guy in the swing set at the high school party. He just never grew up, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's just like he asked me last time. He's like, "Do you smoke cigarettes?" And I said, "No, but Trip Tarts don't count." And that's just, you can't make that joke to a doctor. They don't appreciate it.
Yeah,
He's
so
like, well,
hey,
they do.
Smoker.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Also, don't make that joke when you're doing life insurance either. They won't find that funny.
No, they don't find that funny.
Big tobacco doctors are the best ones to go see, though, because they're
Yeah.
so forgiving of your lifestyle.
That's when I go
Oh,
to
you
my
got a
doctor.
stutter? Have some cigarettes.
Have you been having your
Marlboro
breakfast
patch on his
cigarette?
jacket.
That's not nearly enough cigarettes. We recommend 4
Do
to
you-
5 here at the Tobacco Institute.
Do you know what Winston Churchill's routine used to be when he woke up in the morning?
Nope.
Winston Churchill used to lay in bed and have a scotch and a cigar while he read the paper. And then he would have a second scotch while he got ready. And then he would start his day.
How long
We
did
would drink a bottle of hard, like sherry or something after dinner.
I've got
every
this
night.
for you. I've got it. It's from medium.com. 7:30 a.m. Wake up, remain in bed, eat breakfast, read newspaper, work with a glass of whiskey and soda. 11 a.m. he gets out of bed, so we've got a long stay in bed there. We got out of bed, stroll around the garden, supervising estate with another whiskey and soda. 1 p.m. multi-course lunch with a pint of champagne.
All right.
That's an interesting increment to get a unit of champagne in.
Pint of champagne.
A pint of champagne.
Interesting. Different times.
3:30, work from study, glass of cognac.
Civilized.
5 p.m.
Bucket of Chambord.
Hour and a half nap siesta.
Oh, yeah.
At what time?
You think?
5 o'clock.
A 5 o'clock
Sleep that
nap?
shit
5
off.
p.m. nap.
Wow.
How is he going to drink that whole bottle of cognac in the nighttime?
Don't worry, you'll get to it. It's after dinner.
He that was a habit he acquired during his time in Cuba. According
What?
to the article.
The 5
The
minutes.
5 p.m. siesta.
Siesta's at like 2. Anyways, yeah.
6:30 p.m. Wake up,
Shit fix
bath,
you are.
dress for dinner. 8 o'clock lengthy dinner with guests. Imperial pint of champagne.
A second pint?
What is
the- what's the difference between an
You gotta
Imperial
think
and a
Imperial's
normal
bigger.
pint?
Has to be.
Hang on, I'll Google this. Pint size.
Wow. This is a good episode.
While you're looking this up, I will say this, Bag Milk.
It's a 20-ounce pint.
Okay,
Whoa!
20 ounce versus 16 ounce.
Once
Okay,
I
gotcha.
read in a book with actual pages that MI5 exaggerated his drinking to make him seem more mythological during the war.
Well,
Okay, let's keep going through this.
at midnight he gets he's
Sorry, wait. So imperial pint of champagne
With dinner.
Yeah, so that was
skip
at
to
With,
midnight?
that was
with lengthy
dinner at 8
dinner
o'clock.
with guests.
Yep. So
And then
dinner
a bill
with
drink.
guests.
And then where does he go?
Then
home, there's
we've
no bill.
got
Does he get a bill drink?
The bill is the taxpayers' problem.
yeah, the bill is the tax.
They are
Zero.
having their bill drinks.
Midnight, he is in his office with another glass of cognac. Bedtime falls between 1 and 3 a.m.
And back up at 7:30 to
back
then
up
lay
at
in bed.
7:30.
Sound
But
like
out of bed at
a
11.
Yeah.
It sounded like a lot of pints
That
of
doesn't
champagne.
sound terrible.
Sounds like a good
Well, I mean,
vacation day.
I'd be sick of champagne though.
When you've got a strong glass of whiskey at 7:30 in the morning, that really sets the tone for the day.
But a lot of times back in the day, they would pour like booze into water because the water had germs and shit. So you'd have a like shot. in
That's
your
why I
water.
do it.
But do you know when you're like on vacation, like you're on a boys trip to like a golf trip or something, and then you wake up in the morning and you know that first Bud Light's going to put you like almost
Recalibrate
halfway
you.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He must not be waking up like that if he's having 7:30.
Yeah, whiskey.
That's a lot of drinking
But,
in one
but
day.
he's just steady state though. Like he's not.
Yeah, it seems like he's maintaining a 6 or 7 out of 10 all day.
And what exactly did he die from?
I didn't hear much in that schedule for prime ministering. When did he find time to run the country? Between a 4-hour imperial pint for
I think this is probably in like in the height of him. You know, he couldn't have been doing this.
And clocks weren't very exact in those days. They jumped around.
He passed away from a stroke, Chalmers.
Oh,
Wow, it wasn't even the drinking that got him.
Wow,
No.
stroke.
Yeah.
all right.
Stroke of luck.
There you go.
I have other stuff I want to talk about today that's not booze related.
Wow.
Yeah, we can talk about hockey.
Well, okay, one sec. We're going to pause for an ad and then we'll get back to the business. I have a hypothetical question that I'll ask you guys later. I also want to know if you guys are into the golf doc on Netflix.
Love it.
It's great.
I will be.
I'm
Fantastic.
4 episodes in.
I'm 4 episodes in too.
Yeah.
We should be texting about this.
We should be. So the fourth
Don't ruin
episode
it.
is
Oh, fuck,
Sahith
here we go.
Thigala,
You're gonna do it.
the two rookies.
Exactly.
Maybe I'm
No,
5
You're
in. Then.
5 in, Charles.
Okay, sorry. So you just finished Joel Damon and his caddy.
What a
Joel Damon's hilarious.
He
That's the
is
best.
so far. He is the winner of this document.
Yes, he is.
Documentary.
Like, I
so
don't
is
care
his
about-
caddy.
Yeah.
So is his caddy because he is what I think a lot of people are in life. Just really, he's talented. He knows it. Wants to have a good time, but hates the pressure, and knows that the pressure comes with having to change his life a whole lot. And he's really tough on himself.
I won't ruin anything too much, Jay, but one of my favorite parts of that is when he's trying to qualify for the U.S. Open. He has to play 36 holes in a day to qualify. Plays the first 18 holes and is like, well, that went fucking terribly. Sits down for his lunch break and just crushes 2 big White Claws.
Not even really knowing if he's allowed to be.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good. I'll pour him in a glass, and just like crushes 2 White Claws, and is like, well, time for the back 18 of this day.
And he almost left.
He almost was like, I'm done. But the other
He
thing,
almost left. He almost said, I'm not doing this.
the only part that pissed me off about him a little bit is he's got this caddy who loves him, right? They're best buddies. And there's that scene, like the caddy has like that little modest house they show wherever. And the caddy's like, yeah, you know, like I'm only make my money when Joel wins and like we get paid. And then like 2 scenes later, it's Joel being like, I don't really give a shit if we make the US Open. And I'm
the
like,
caddy's
God.
like, I kind of fucking need
Yeah,
this, like in his head. Yeah,
I could use some money. So
I felt the exact same thing from
I was like, he's very lovable, but that was the only part where I was like, you could try hard.
You're a
for
little
your
too selfish in your lovability. And like you're lovable, but you're being a little selfish here.
Yeah.
You're not the only person that depends on you. You have a lot of people that depend on you.
Yeah.
Here's a good thing. That caddy doesn't have to worry about money anymore because he's one of the stars of this thing.
Oh yeah.
And he's traveling all around. Him and
He's
Joel
probably got
Damon
a media
are
job coming soon.
Yeah, they're the ones that everybody wants to talk to about it. Yeah, they're pretty cool childhood friends. Yeah, it's
To
very
me,
good.
I don't care about golf, but I've been enjoying this documentary. I love sports documentaries. The Waste Management Open is now near the top of the bucket list for sporting experiences because it looks like mayhem.
Yeah.
So the hypothetical that inspired my hypothetical today is a golf one, and it was: would you rather have you get 1 year?
So is this it?
This is the golf one. Then I'll ask you the hockey version.
Okay.
You get 1 year at the Masters, all expense paid, the whole thing. You get to
1
go,
year, so you
get to go to the
4 days at the Masters.
Yeah, you get 4 days at the Masters. You get to go watch the Masters, all expenses paid, all good. Or every year you get to go to the Waste Management.
Oh,
Open.
easy. Who wants to go to that boring shit? Like,
I
don't
go to the
wanna
Waste
walk
Management.
around.
I thought that was an easy one too.
If you said you only got to go to the Sunday of the Waste Management, then like the Sunday every year of the Waste Management, that would baby rival a Masters, like, because that's once in a lifetime to get a pass to that.
Yeah.
But for me as a casual, like, not fan,
Yeah.
not close.
Yeah.
It's crazy there. It seems like such a
I
good
want to
time.
throw a beer at a golfer. I didn't know that was an option.
I feel like the Masters on television might be better than the Masters in real life.
I think so too.
Because there's like the one thing you don't see around the Masters, like everything is surrounding that golf course. Like it's like you think it's just like cut out of a forest and whatnot. Like there's some things to it.
There's like a Walmart
Yeah,
behind
like
those
kind of like,
trees.
and I'm not saying that takes away. It's the Masters, it's beautiful and it would be awesome. But like, where I think if you like seeing the Waste Management on television versus being in it, or would be two different things, but to the like extreme positive of being there in real life.
It's like the Super Bowl experience. Like, it'd be super awesome to be at one, but I'd prefer to probably watch it at home with a bunch of friends in my living room because the experience is just better.
Yeah.
But watching a Sunday at Augusta, if you're on like 12 and they're all finishing up and you're trying to beat the crowd and you don't know where the bathroom is, and it's just,
like
you're missing stuff.
There's,
right?
but the thing about the Masters here is like cool. Like you, like it's like a quiet. You can't run, but you can speed walk.
Yeah, speed walk.
And you put your chair somewhere, and no one can
Respectful.
Like, it's your
Nobody
spot.
touches it.
And I also like the menu is cheap. Everything on the menu is cheap.
It's like
Yours are still
Costco
like
hot
$4.
dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah. You get a sandwich for
Cheap,
like
cheap
$1.25.
sandwiches.
yeah. So like,
So what's your hockey hypothetical?
Okay. So someone is giving you two options here, and let me read them out in full.
Okay.
You can have
reading them?
Yeah. You can have Oilers season tickets for the rest of your life.
Yep.
They're in the upper bowl, but they're center ice. Okay. Upper bowl, center ice, Oilers season tickets, but only for the regular season the rest of your life. Or
Am I allowed to buy my own tickets to the playoffs?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Or you can have
It's kind of weird because you get yeah.
but this is the hypothetical.
Okay.
You get season tickets, regular season, upper bowl, dead center ice, good seats, not great seats, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Or whenever the Oilers are in the Stanley Cup finals, not playoffs, finals, you get all expense paid, travel around wherever they go.
Is the dumbest
and you
question
get-
I have
and
ever
you get lower
heard.
bowl tickets.
I'll bet you. I'll bet you the value is way higher in the season tickets. Obviously, you're getting season tickets every single year. He's talking about just
the Stanley
finals,
Cup final.
not
Only
the
when the
playoffs.
Oilers make it.
I would take that.
That's happened twice in the past
I would take the final.
20 years.
It's happened once in the last 20 years.
Well, yeah, we didn't even make it last year.
It's happened
Feels like we made it.
twice
My
in the
heart
last
breaks for it.
30 years.
But like those tickets themselves and all expense, like you're talking about like a $30,000 trip.
How much are season tickets every year to sit upper bowl?
I don't know, four
But you'd get no playoffs. But
pair or one single
pair. You get a pair.
Yeah,
You'd
so
get
it's like $4,000 or something. Or
so you would
more,
take
maybe
the Stanley
more than
Cup
that.
final option versus season tickets
I take the
every
season
year.
tickets.
Because, well, let's be honest. Season tickets is a tough commitment.
I was gonna say I would go to the finals, no problem. Like this.
Yeah,
is
I would
easy
do
one
the
for me.
finals for sure.
I
I will
find that,
comfortably watch it from home, knowing that next time in the finals,
But they're
it is
free.
all
What kind of
paid
commitment
for.
is that? You don't have to go. If you don't want, sell them.
Yeah, you could sell them if you want. You could do it.
There's a lot of
Yeah, so in this
holes.
hypothetical, I can just buy any regular season game I want to buy. That's
a good point.
So I can go to the 4 games or 5 games that I really, really want to go to and overpay.
Let's say you could only go to regular season or playoffs.
Playoffs.
Because my current reality allows for opportunity for Ticket Santa to come in this hypothetical.
No, that's the thing. So everything.
Try to put yourself in the perspective of like an everyday fan with this one. Which one would you pick?
Oh, still the finals.
Yeah. Just the finals. So even though you know you are maybe only going to get to go in your lifetime from now till you're dead, like maybe
which is more reason for Ken Holland to go all in right now.
But you might only
this hypothetical means we can go to the final.
I don't go to that many games in a year.
But you could.
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay.
But like if I go every game as well, even with the free tickets, I can't not have beers.
I know, man. Then I would be at 40 drinks a week.
That's actually part of the reason why I think my drinking is higher is because I go to a lot of Oilers games. And so I was like, easy to put back 3 or 4 during the game.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I've only been to one game at Rogers Place this year. So your hypotheticals.
Then maybe this hypothetical would be better for the listeners. I'm interested in listener ones.
No, I get it.
I think this was a tougher question than you two are making it out to be.
Oh, I don't know, man. Stanley Cup Finals,
Stanley Cup Finals, and they're there, and I get
you're
full
flying
free
back
ride?
and forth and hotel. Those tickets.
Yeah, it'd be
are worth a lot. You could sell them for so much. Lower Bowl, Stanley Cup Finals, Game 6, Edmonton, or Game 7, Edmonton.
My thinking in designing this the way it was the season tickets over the course of 20 years are probably going to be worth
the one time
$40,000 to $60,000. Like the value of it.
If management does its job, we should be there more often.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not guarantees.
Because we're getting Shane Goss to spare. That's what we're doing.
I like the way you've spun this.
See, like if you were a fan of the Tampa Bay Lightning in this hypothetical, you would have gone to 3 finals in a row.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be living a great life.
Yeah. You'd be like up 100K.
If you're a Columbus Blue Jackets fan, you'd
Well,
probably
I
have
don't wanna
forgotten
go to
about the
those
Magic
games
deal.
either.
Yeah, I'd answer nothing. I would just pick up and move to another.
Yeah, I don't want to go to those games anyway.
So Oilers game tonight, 5:00, Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yep.
Oh, it's at 5.
Are we excited? Yeah, it's early one.
10:30 on Saturday too.
These games against the East are really important.
Every game's important.
Every game is important.
And the Oilers are actually walking into a murderer's row after this.
You asked me what I was writing down earlier, and I just was blown away by some things. The top 8 teams in the West right now for points would sit between 6th and 7th in the East.
Yep.
The top 8 teams are separated by 6 points, 73 to 67, and they would legit be nestled between 6th and 7th in the East. That is not a good look for the West.
It is not, and I do agree that there are more contenders out there.
West won the Stanley Cup last year.
The West won the Stanley Cup last year, sure, but that was Colorado.
A runaway.
I think I just look at this like the top 6 in the East are clearly better. Carolina, Jersey, the Rangers, Bruins, Leafs, Lightning. Those are very, very good. But I think that drop off to the next tier is like rather substantial. Whereas the West, I think, is Dallas, Winnipeg, Colorado, and honestly, those 5 teams in the Pacific. I think it's 8 like really tight together, and you play each other more, right? So I think it's just more or less of a matter of like getting to beat up on bad teams in the West. There's a lot of teams
there's
that
more parity in the West, and that's why the top is high. The top is lower, but the bottom is
weak is higher. Weak.
The weak is really weak in the West.
In the East.
Hey, in the West, it is too.
Yeah.
The Ducks are.
Arizona's terrible.
Not good.
Well, not the Mullet Arena.
There's 3 really bad teams in the East, and it's Philly, Montreal, Columbus, even though Philly's trying to come on. I guess
Washington on
Can I ask you a question, JR?
Yo.
Do we really think that we have 4 players on pace to get 100 points this season?
Well, like
do we really?
The math says yes.
Hyman's at 67. He's our lowest. Nuge is at 70.
Yeah, Nuge is on pace for 99.
Yeah. So now it's 3 because everyone slowed down a little bit.
Yeah,
except for
slow
Nuge.
down a touch.
Nuge is getting those power play points.
But it's not just power play points.
Well, it is. He's 3rd in power play points.
Who cares? He's awesome.
Behind Leon and Connor.
Half of his points are even strength or shorthanded.
Yeah. No, he's having a great season. Don't get me wrong, but
the Nuge slander with the power play, it's like he is still, he's top 100 in the league in 5-on-5 points or even strength points. Like that would still be, if you would have just said that beginning of the year, you would have been like, yeah, that's like first line production. Like I like what I'm getting from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins at that rate, or top 6 production, I should say. The power play stuff's gravy. Hey, if Crosby has a good game today, he'll catch Nugent-Hopkins in points.
What if Nuge has a good game today?
Then he will.
Jeez, how dare you?
I know, but the joke was.
Can
that
you
Crosby's
believe we were two Nuge points away from having the ultimate 800 points for Connor, 700 points for Leon, and 600 points for Nuge on the same fucking goal? Can you believe it was 800, 700, and 598?
Well, but instead the spin is 700, 800, and Nuge set his career high on the same goal.
And what did you say on Twitter that Connor was in the 700 points for less than 12 months of the calendar year?
He hit it this current season.
He's gotten 800 points since 2015. Leon's had 700 since 2014, and Nuge has 598 since 2011.
Connor is the 5th fastest player in NHL history to get to 800 points.
Oh my god!
And the names are like,
and we're not going all in. Like every single thing we talk about, it's so frustrating. Like it's so frustrating.
Well, what's annoying is now, and I know like necessarily Patty Kane probably isn't the guy we should be focusing on, but the fact that he could be a guy, but the fact that
he's been all up in the news lately.
Now that the Rangers are actually back in the market for him, like that definitely changes things. So like, what is the ultimate move the Oilers can do? And it is that Ekholm-Jeannot combo. Like they got to figure out a way to do it. There's a way to do it. There's a way.
Nash is selling.
Yeah. Well, but now they're. But this could be the whole kind of.
When is the deadline again?
March 3rd.
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Jeez.
Like, who do you think we're gonna end up with? We're gonna get buttfuck Tony from this place. Fucking.
It's gonna be Sam Lafferty for a pick.
You don't want to hear who I think.
We're gonna get Kulikov. We're getting Kulikov, Gostisbehere, and Nick Bonino.
I think it'll be
Noah Gregor.
I think it'll be Lafferty.
Who?
Lafferty, either Gostisbehere or Kulikov.
You're
one of
talking
them.
about the golfer I used to play on PGA European Tour 95, Ronan Lafferty?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the Oilers in 2023.
Nobody's doing interleague.
This is the answer. Ronan Lafferty.
It's going to be, I think it'll be like Lafferty, Kulikov, and then one more forward who, like, Bukestad.
It's going to be, I'm not looking.
It's not going to be fun, you guys. Like, we're past the point of something good happening.
Why? Why do you say that? You can't just say that. Like, why is that? Why is that?
Blanket here. No, we're not past the point because there's still players available. But the reality is,
what I found
the three players that we want are still available.
Who are they?
Well, Chychrun, Ekholm, and Karlsson.
Chychrun's price isn't that bad.
No. I found it interesting that on the broadcast on.
Do you want to do a GoFundMe?
Tuesday night that Stauffer carved Ken Holland.
Yeah, it's because he knows Ken's on his way out, and Bob thinks he's
usually a very big company man.
Yeah, so he's just like,
GM of the Oilers.
You're well compensated. It's time to get going here. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't think that's an unfair
hot
thing
take
to say.
from Staff.
Yeah, he was fired up.
Yeah.
Steps outside the company line.
Also, and I'm wondering if it's like, because like he's connected to Cates.
Well, I wonder if DK sent him the old text.
Saying, hey man, publicly put Ken on fire.
I just found it interesting. You don't know.
I like that, even if it's not true.
I like it.
I like to think that that's the case because if Daryl Gates is saying to Bob Stauffer, light him up on TV, put pressure on him publicly to make a move, that's fantastic.
Any other organization,
why the hell isn't he just saying to Holland, do this? I don't care about the money.
The more I think about it, the more I just think old Dutch is just cruising to retirement. He's just chilling.
And with a bang, you shouldn't care then.
Well, I
Remember
agree.
Chiarelli signed Koskinen?
Is this his last? Do
the reverse of that. 48 million?
Fucking 2 more years. Who'd be a good GM here?
Steve Staios.
Yeah, Brad Holland. And actually, Steve Staios probably is going to be the next GM or one of in the mix.
Really? Where's he at right now?
Edmonton.
He's here.
They brought him in to groom.
He was the GM of the Calder or Memorial Cup winning Hamilton Bulldogs.
Steve Staios is a player I don't think I will ever have a negative thing to say about. I loved that person.
Yeah.
I loved watching him play. I loved the way he
being
acted.
an Oiler. He laid it on the line, man.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
I think it'd be cool.
Do the right thing, Steve.
There was one thing I remember about him as a player. He loved trades.
Go into Holland's office, tell him what's what. Tell him if I had
He's
a
fit,
puck-moving defenseman who's playing the best in his career at this late age, I'd go get him.
Oilers fans are going to be spicy if that's all we're getting.
It is actually.
It's going to be bad.
Like that, we may as well
and you know what?
All goodbye.
And you know what's gonna? There's players that are gonna take the brunt of it. No. Like there's a lot of Devonshore might take the brunt of some of it.
What?
Just because you look at the weakest links, you go, come on.
Who was it they said if he'd scored 4 more goals, he'd be the playoffs?
Tobias Reeder.
That's the one. The new Toby Reeder.
I am stunned. Like Chalmers, you're going off on the Carlson thing too. It's crazy how this rumor has taken over the city.
That's because we insisted.
That's what we do, man.
I know, but like I've never seen one get this.
I've been very against what
Eric
we
Carlson
do.
is an Oiler. Just picture it. It'd be phenomenal.
I've been very against what we do as a fan base. But right now,
I thought you were going to say you've been very against what we do as a company.
No, as a fan.
Too.
No, well, that too.
Thanks, Chalmers.
Goalie tools.
I know you didn't like the DFO tools, but
exactly. But like, listen, as a city, like as a fan of this team, I like to have as much patience as I possibly can. But right now,
patience.
I'm looking at Leon and Connor, who have consistently done it year after year, year after year, year after year, and we talked about losing them a year ago at this very time, probably in the season.
No,
you
we
know
already
what?
signed Kane, but yeah.
They're going to give up on us if we don't do something. They're going to give up on us. We're right back here again. And it's like, enough is enough.
We're going to bring back Derek Brassard, aren't we?
Even the guys like me that sit in the sidelines and don't really, they want to see the best, but didn't really care. Now it's like, we're going to look back on this
you don't
and
care.
think.
So you just said?
You know what I meant.
Listen to your colonoscopy talk for 45 minutes to start
You know
this
what I
podcast.
mean by not
You don't
care.
care about the Oilers?
I care. Yes, I care very much about the moves they make. I always think that we can win without it. Last year, I thought we could win without big
They're
moves.
pretty close.
They were, but they weren't there.
but they weren't.
And now,
Are they a better team now than they were a year ago?
that's
right now?
debatable.
It is
very debatable.
It's absolutely debatable. And that's the fucking problem, is we can't... What's the saying?
I don't remember Zach
Stupid
Hyman
is
and
doing the
Nuge
same
being
thing
on
over and
fire
over
last
again,
year.
expecting different results. And we're not going to do that
They're better than
again.
they were
That's what I'm
last year.
hoping.
Nuge and Hyman are having amazing seasons.
But they were still on the
No,
team
but as a
last year.
team,
We're
like
still the same team.
Sure. So we have 4. So we're just like Calgary last year. Remember, Calgary had 4 players, absolutely dominated, like tons of points.
How'd that go for them in the playoffs?
Didn't they have 4 40-goal scorers last year?
Remember the Battle of Alberta, Chalmers?
3.
And what did they do? They had no depth.
Lost the Battle of Alberta?
The people in my life, all I hear about is depth. And we don't do anything about it. And it's time, like, it's just time to do something about it. It's just time to do
The
something.
time is now, Chalmers.
it's
We've
time,
been saying
and
it for 2 years.
Yeah.
The window is open.
The window is
Wide
open.
open. It's minus 30 outside, and I don't give a fuck.
I'm the
It's
lady
hot as
Tim
fucking here.
working the window, which is open, and I say it's cold out, but this window stays open.
I just don't want to lose to Vegas in the conference final and think if
Vegas is making moves right now so they can do a big acquisition.
Is back-to-back
They're-
conference final years considered a waste of Connor and Leon's contracts?
Yes, because when Lemieux and Yager were doing this, when Crosby and Malkin were doing this, number 1 and 2 in scoring, when Kane and Taves were doing this, they were winning Stanley Cups. So yes, it is a waste of their fucking...
We have to push through. So last year was like, hey, we can get there. Now let's assess what do we need to push through. And we haven't done anything to do. We actually
Dynamic duos,
back.
baby. Look back in the history.
To think to start the season with this defensive core that we have, outside of Vinny Desharnais, who should win the Norris.
Yzerman, Fedorov, Gretzky, Curry. Think about it. It's always dynamic duos. They always finish 1-2 in scoring. We've had that now.
God.
This is the 3rd year in a row.
Always finish 1-2.
Look it up.
Canes and Taves did not finish 1-2 in scoring.
Not every single year they won the Stanley Cup, but when they were winning Stanley
In
Cups.
the playoffs, maybe?
I take umbrage with the
No.
Detroit thing too, just because they were able to spend twice the cap. It was awesome.
But they always, and then think about this.
Their last cup
Those
win,
teams
they had like
with the
8 Hall of
dynamic
Famers
duos
on it.
always had a
Tampa Bay had a
Norris
1-2
style
scoring?
defenseman. Norris style defenseman. Lidstrom on the back end. Who did Gonchar they had in with Lemieux and Yager?
No.
Yeah, they did.
In 91?
Wasn't it Sergei Gonchar?
Zubov.
Who?
Zubov.
Okay, maybe. Oh yeah, no, it was
No,
Zubov.
it wasn't even alive.
Yeah, not Gonchar.
You're just fucking throwing shit out there.
Look it up. Look it up.
Every team,
Look it
first,
up.
second in scoring. Inaccurate.
Look it up.
They were.
When the
Dude,
Hawks
look
won
it
the,
up.
when the Hawks
Who
won,
was for Colorado? Who was 1-2 in scoring?
No, not every team that wins the cup has this formula. Not every team. But when 2 players are in the top 2 in scoring for years on end, think about it.
Hey, buddy, the fact we have
Le
2 of the best players.
and St. Louis. Look it up.
look fucking what up?
Just
Look it up.
look it up.
Google
That's it.
St. Louis.
If a team-
and tell me what comes up right now.
A lot
Like,
of times
Chalmers,
when a
I'm
team,
with you. Like, we are pissing away their career. They've now got 700, 800 points. They have earned the right for us to give them anything they think they need to try to push through. We owe it to them.
Yes.
We also owe it to the team. We owe it to the fan base because it's been like 17 years of shit. And we got a
last 3 years
taste
have
of
been
it.
fine.
Bergeron,
Last year was
Marchand.
fine. The last 3 years before that were shit.
Playoffs. Wow, the bubble and all this bullshit. What are you supposed to do?
But we didn't even make the fucking bubble. We couldn't
We were
even
in
win the
play-ins.
tournament.
That was good times. That one game against Chicago,
And then
we
missed,
won.
and then we missed the playoffs 2 years before
We let
that.
T-Bay come into our arena and win the cup, and we
Win
didn't
the
even
cup.
lose to them. That's fine.
So yes, Chalmers, I'm with you. So like, if we do fringe moves right now, like fuck off. How's that sound?
You want to go to the Fringe?
I'd rather go to the fringe
Oh, yeah.
if we're just going to be fringing. Great event in the summer in Edmonton. Check it out. Second largest fringe in the world outside of Scotland.
Bath, England, isn't it, or something?
Scotland, Edinburgh or Glasgow.
There we are.
Edinburgh.
Look that up, Chalmers.
I don't need to. I know it's true.
Go to
Because the only things that-
Scotland and have an imperial pint of.
You got to think
Rye.
that comes in like a goblet.
Did you know that Henrik
Hey, Jay?
Sedin won the fucking points race 2 years in a row?
The
2000.
imperial pint of champagne.
crazy.
What's the serving cup of that? It's probably something orange.
Got to
Gotta
be
be some
real,
kind of, like,
Fabergé
chalice, right?
egg type.
Yeah.
Martens.
Or get
Who
open.
won the Stanley Cup in 2012, 2013? Tampa?
Chicago.
You don't know that.
Anyways, Chalmers is trying to prove his facts,
What?
and he's
I got a
No, he's
question
just
for
attacking
Tyler.
all facts because he has no facts. So
Tyler?
he's trying to. Is anything real?
Why in the last week have you gone from thinking that, like Yessa and Warren Fogle are going to be gone to now we're having a very quiet deadline? What happened? Go. What did Frank tell you?
he believes
What did he-
he believes
No.
the answer is in the room right now.
No, I don't. Like, I am
What
trying
did Frank
to
tell you?
I am trying
What
to.
do you know?
I'm trying to emotionally prepare
He knows
myself.
something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then, if you're just guys, you can keep cutting me off. I won't do it. Anyways,
No, keep going. You're emotionally prepared.
I just don't see it being. I don't see a realistic big trade out there. So
But what should they do? Who should they, on the
Wait,
top 50
that's
board
what
that
we weren't
just
cutting
went
you
through,
off for?
Yaremchuk and I went and decided to make Owen every day a 3-hour show this morning, and we went through all 50 people on Frank's trade bait board. What should they do with those 50 players available?
I would like to see them go get
Like
Ekholm
everything. Like what should they do?
Ekholm and Janot.
Ekholm and Janot.
I talked about that earlier in the week. I just don't think it's realistic now. Because I don't think, or Frank said on Wednesday on my show that he doesn't think Nashville will
There
keep
we
any
go.
money, and there you go. So if Nashville's not going to keep money on Ekholm, what do you do?
Then find another team that will keep money.
It's 3 more years, so you can't find another team that'll take money.
Or we then move some money out.
You never let the money get in the way of a good time.
Yep.
But
One
you
of these trades
can't.
where you trade him to 4 different guys and they each take 20% of his salary, then you get him in
Like
the end.
there's got to be some kind of maneuvering to do.
That's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Tyler's so sick of this podcast.
No, I just again, like I don't know. I've been talking about this so much over the course of the last week that like I feel like my brain's numb to it. But like,
But then when we asked you what the reason was, you were like, I just don't think there's any big moves to be made.
because I look at like Ryan O'Reilly is a guy they could have acquired, could have made the money work probably.
Yeah, let that just.
They didn't do it.
Ship
Toronto
right by.
stepped up, paid a ton to get him. They got him, sure. Patrick Kane probably wants to go to the New York Rangers more than he wants to come to Edmonton. Okay. They don't have interest in Jacob Chychrun. I think they should at the current price, but they don't. So, like, I don't know. I'm not going to say we can't sit here and just scream and then it'll happen.
You're forgetting one man in that breakdown of people coming to Edmonton.
Does he look like a pirate?
The most likely person to be coming to Edmonton.
Sam Lafferty?
Ronan Lafferty? Eric?
No,
EK65 Carlson?
You just called him the most likely player to come to Edmonton. He's not.
He is the most likely player in a year where we're going to do nothing.
The funny thing is he's the only player that we're talking up to, like in terms of trying to make a deal.
Perfect.
Which is just
They talked to Chicago about Lafferty. That's been out there.
Yeah, but like,
And we
that's
refuse
dry
to-
toast.
and
Is
we
it weird
refuse
that
to
I
pay the
hope there
price,
was like in the Evander Kane deal, there was like some under the table handshake that was like,
LTIR
when you need a
him.
favor.
Why don't we
We'll help you
LTIR?
out, and now we're calling in said
if
favor.
we LTIR Kane right now,
What?
How long is he supposed to be out for?
2 weeks.
2 months,
2 weeks.
6 weeks.
Oh,
Nope.
you just mean till playoffs.
Your M-Jack, that golfer I was thinking of was Ronan Rafferty. I don't know who you're talking about.
Wait.
So
What?
If that gives us $5 million in cap space,
Jay, they're not doing that.
but they should.
Evander Kane's going to be out 2 weeks, not 6 weeks.
Says who?
Probably
Maybe
Evander Kane.
Go see Chalmers' doctor.
I was just gonna say, go see my doctor. He'll just keep putting it off.
Yeah. Tell him you want your butt fingered.
I want my butt fingered already.
However time you need.
Very
How do I know I'm
demotivating.
healthy down there?
Yeah.
Fuck.
To have a guy look you in the eye after you ask for that and he says no.
I was gonna make him look
Like,
me in the eye while he
that
did
was
it.
a perfect opportunity to LTIR him. Let him get his feeling back in his hand.
From the butt stuff?
Well, we're just permanently putting Ryan Murray on LTR Island. He's probably healthy as shit.
I forgot about that guy.
They were
So you can just do it.
Where'd he
So
go?
just do it.
So if they haven't happened by now, do you not see them happening until like literally on Friday during the day? Friday morning, Thursday night, Friday morning?
They might do something quicker, but
I mean,
like,
I hope so, just for the sake of the daily.
Because everyone else is going.
here's a big move I'd like to see him make. Dmitry Orlov. There you go. Does that make you happy? I think they should go get Dmitry Orlov.
Yes, with a Lars Eller package.
Did you know, some NBA news, that there was a trade that was about to go down, but they couldn't wake up Pat Riley to affirm that
It was a huge trade. It was a Russell Westbrook. No, it was
asleep.
Kevin
They
Durant.
made no trade for KD.
Yeah. They were trying to wake him
Ken
up for
Holland.
approval, and they couldn't get him up. They
Ken
couldn't get a hold
Holland
of
loves
him.
naps.
And he was sleeping.
I like Orlov. That's about it. Like the forwards on this list, on Frank's list, like what do you? Maybe if they go get Orlov Domi, that's like best case scenario now.
Liam will be thrilled. That's the
Well, I
only
saw
upside.
somebody say,
I
imagine
like-
Domi
I
with
like Domi.
Hyman on the same
I
line.
don't
Oh, as my
mind-
boy Turner Watson.
I don't mind Domi, but like I feel like that's a plan C, type thing.
There's no more plan A's.
There's plenty of
I
plan
don't even
A's.
think
but
they have
Oh my
a plan
God,
at all.
I don't want to
Tyler.
do this
You
anymore.
know what? This is why
There's
we
no more
make up
plan
Eric
A's. You just-
Carlson stuff. Because I don't like it when reality comes and
Yeah.
seeps through these doors. And there's nothing to be excited
Your
about.
MTech's like my wife when I order my bill drink.
I like
Rolling of the eyes.
blockbusters. I
Rolls
like
the eyes.
blockbusters that
Trying to
are
bring my
moments
time
away
down.
That I convince myself in my head for 6 weeks are about to go down. Then when they don't go down, like a butterfly flies by and I'm distracted by something else. It's when there's nothing to look forward to that I tune out.
Yeah, you need to get in the game of like getting everybody's hopes up. Nobody ever knows when you're wrong. Nobody ever.
What about Adam Henrique?
Who?
I'd be more interested in that.
I don't mind him actually. He's
A
a
little bit like
feisty-
that's not sexy to me.
There's no like it sucks. The NHL trade deadline sucks.
No, I think Ken Holland sucks.
How cool would it be? Liam brought up this idea the other day. If they could do mid-season buyouts like the NBA. In the NBA, like Patrick Beverley gets traded to some shit team as part of a cap dump, and the shit team goes, we'll just buy you out. You can go sign wherever the hell you want. Russell Westbrook gets traded
So
to
who
like
would you
Utah.
buy out right now? Pugliarvi?
No, I just think it would create more interesting
Fogel?
scenarios where you could like pick
Who'd you
up
buy
guys
out right
off the
now?
scrap.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah, maybe. No, I wouldn't. I don't know if the Oilers would buy anyone. I was thinking from the perspective of like a veteran player gets bought out somewhere else and you go like, hey, we'll bring you in. Come on. I think it'd make the deadline more fun was my only point.
I can see that happening. Who would get bought out? Corey Perry?
Craig Smith and
I'd be having more fun if we didn't have $9 million worth of players that have no goals. You know what I mean?
Do we?
Kind of. Yamo, not
Sounds
performing.
right. Look it up.
Warren Fogle, Yessa, That's $9 million. You know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's why I think they should be looking to move.
That's why I thought you were going with this buyout.
What would you rather have? $9 million for all those forwards or $9 million for Nurse?
Or one night with a human woman.
Just kidding.
or
I like
only
Nurse.
tickets to the Stanley Cup final. Can I talk about something that really pissed me off actually?
Yes.
At the Oilers game the other day, and I know this made its rounds on Twitter too, but I saw the guy. The dude who got a Darnell Nurse jersey with the name bar 9 million, you are my least favorite Oilers fan.
9,025,000 is the number.
I know.
9.25.
Well, also Nurse's number is 25.
No, I know.
Okay.
I mean, it almost
to me,
works
you're the
out too
biggest
well
loser
not
in
to
the
do
fan
it.
base. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. Why did you spend money on that? He's an Oiler. He's going to be an Oiler forever. Why do you need to be
country.
an asshole? I think it was super stupid.
Exactly for the reason that you just gave him.
Yeah, like
We're talking
I'm
about
talking
it.
about him? I
He
guess.
made it. I think he was on Spit and Chick, like on their feed.
God, it's
He's-
just such a
he's-
lose. Like,
I've
I
seen
posted
it
it on the Oilers
numerous-
Nation feed, Chalmers. Does that enrage you?
No,
I thought it was funny.
that doesn't bother me. I mean,
funny. Who gives
people
a
do
shit?
anything for clout.
it's like the people who, after the Super Bowl, who
Migos.
film themselves like punching their TV. It's
Yes.
like,
That's
you
fake.
want to be famous for that?
You can tell when that
I
shit's
know,
fake.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Tell-
Okay, so that's the point. We know why they're doing it. They want to get just that was me, my friend.
They're like, I'm
But
on the spin and
it's
chip
about
with you.
what you want to be famous for. Or what do you want to have that moment
guess.
for?
Setting my hair on
Throwing
fire in a
your
shopping
TV, punching your TV is not something I would want a bunch of people being like, dude, I saw you, man. You punched your TV. That was cool. And you'd be like, oh,
fly, Eagles, fly, bro.
I know, right? I'm super cool. I punched my TV. I would like to do something clever and witty.
As for that,
9.25 to some people may be construed as
I would
very
like to
clever.
get knocked out at a
Very
WNBA
witty.
game, Chalmers.
I'm just saying.
I just think like if you're gonna drop 300 bones on a jersey, you do whatever you want.
How much jerseys are these days?
Yeah,
That all goes into the hockey-related
one of those
revenue
in.
pile.
yeah. They're just gonna raise the salary cap.
What
We
about
should all be
what about the
buying
Calgary
9.99.
Flames Connor
We should probably
McDavid
need more of
jerseys?
those.
I
Super
put that up too, Chalmers. That's
Did you
me
say
again,
what?
Leo.
Super dumb.
So dumb.
Free country.
What about the
Free
Nikita
country.
Kucherov T-shirt that said 19 million over the cap?
Super dumb.
What about give me fuel, give me fire, give me Timo fucking Meyer?
Very good.
That
I like
was
that one.
awesome.
That's my
that guy had the
favorite.
best.
Okay,
shirt
because I was starting to think you just don't like fun.
What about
Really?
the guy-
You don't want
It took
fun at
you
the deadline. You
455
don't like bill drinks.
episodes.
What about the guy got all those New Jersey Devils tattoos I posted this morning?
I
You
didn't
see
see
that
that
guy on Daily Face Off Instagram? Go Devils. That guy went all in.
That was a big tattoo.
Oh, would you like a Patrick Eliash, Ken Danico montage? said
that
the
was a big
artist.
tat.
It's a bit much.
All right.
We all love
Talking
Ken
to your
Danico.
girlfriend about yogurt, I see. Interesting.
What kind of yogurt you
Did you
get?
just
that
get Did you just get an alert on your phone that said "Go get yogurt"?
He just dragged his text conversation
texts were here.
onto the screen.
Well, let's see it. Put it back.
No,
Put
we're
it
not
back.
doing that. She texted me earlier this morning while I
Saying?
was downstairs working, asking if I wanted
Yogurt
breakfast.
sex stuff.
Breakfast.
An
Yogurt and
imperial
fruit.
Yes.
glass of
Yogurt.
scotch.
And a scotch. Yogurt and a scotch.
Yeah, it's
Called the
7 a.m.
Winston.
Yep.
Breakfast of champions.
So that's
An imperial pint of champagne is in order at
I wonder
3 p.m.
how it would go over at home if I told my wife, you know what?
Could you
I'm gonna
live
start
the
doing the
Winston
Winston on
Churchill life
Saturday
for
mornings.
30 days?
What if you
No
just did it?
chance.
Just see what she says.
Just bring me a newspaper.
I'll do it on Sunday.
A scotch.
You won't leave the bedroom until 11
cigar.
a.m.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
reading
don't
the
know. My
paper
body
with
would
a-
probably
Get your
hurt
kids
sitting in bed that long.
20 ounces of whiskey in me by noon.
All right. Well, I think that's a wrap on this week's episode. But before we do wrap it up, we got to give some love. We got so sidetracked today. There were so many different rabbit holes we fell down.
Oh, okay.
Too bad the trade deadline is just chock-a-block with news.
Oh, it's just so much. Can you imagine if there actually was like interesting shit to talk about?
We did talk about hockey for the people that love this thing because of hockey. Hey, Oilers are playing well, but they're still in 6th in the conference right now.
Penguins
Actually,
They're
are
only a
not
they
couple-
have not been playing well.
They're only a couple. They
you
played
think they've
well
been playing
against
well?
Philadelphia.
They played
For
well
20
for
minutes.
20 minutes.
yeah.
Penguins are not playing well right now. Oilers have to win tonight.
What was this whole 2.5 puck line thing?
Well, if
You posted that?
If you go onto Betway, there is a boost. Oilers money line with Connor to score boosted from 2.5 to 3.5.
I'm glad you
Oh,
guys
wow.
brought up Betway just real quick because there's a guy who's been sliding into my DMs.
Oh,
Cliff.
I think he hit us all up.
Cliff, he's mad at me because I use the American odds.
Yeah.
Cliff is a fellow decimal disciple.
So Cliff has challenged me to learn what would be
There's nothing to learn. It's easier.
No. He challenged you to do it for 1 week. And if you, at the end of that week, can honestly look at Cliff and me in the face and JR in the face
So far, it's just
and
so
say
far
it's not easier, he's going to give you a $100 free bet or he's going to give you
We're gonna
$100 to
donate
a
$100 to charity.
charity of your choice.
Yeah. So
Which
it's
is
going to go to
the
the
right
Edmonton
way to go
Humane
about it,
Society.
yes.
So I already tell you, Cliff, you're going to be spending some money here.
You do
So
not
you're going
get
to
the
lie. You have to be
decimals.
honest with him.
I am being honest here.
You like minus 150.
Minus 150. I could not tell you what that is in
Exactly.
odds.
Decimals will tell you exactly what that is.
How? No,
To one.
it doesn't.
So I made a
I
bet.
tell you
My
right now,
Betway
you
boost
make-
is 3.5 to 1. So for every dollar, I get 350.
But you're talking about somebody who's terrible at math.
So
I
what is
cannot
10?
Compute.
That's
no,
why the
that's
decimal's
Tyler
easier.
Yaremchuk. What is 10? So if you bet $10
Yeah,
at 3.5 to 1, that pays you.
$35.
There you go.
Yeah, but like I don't care about those ones. What if it's a minus 125?
But so minus 125 will be, and I'm just making this up because I don't say it's 1.5 to 1. So for every dollar, you get 1.5.
That
So if
ain't
you
working
bet
for me.
what? So if you
Because my unit size is just like I have to do too much math. Doesn't work for me. I was doing risky business today. on
so you know
Realization. It
if you're
just
betting
fucks me up.
$20 on minus 150, you know you're getting.
No,
But if you bet $20,
There you
but
go.
if you bet
minus 150. I'm not betting on it.
You got to be honest with yourself here.
Yeah, the decimal's not working for me. I'm gonna try for Cliff, but I've got a feeling Cliff
So
you're gonna
easy.
be you're gonna
So
be donating.
easy.
I like how
$100 to charity.
passionate Cliff is about the decimal. Though.
Oh, because
Yes.
Cliff is a wise man.
The
I've got a
Lord's
lot of
work, he said
emojis
we
in
were
this
doing.
text conversation with
Yeah.
Cliff, but it's not working for me, Cliff. I'm gonna try. Damn it, I'm gonna try.
So Ronan Schaefer,
Ronan Rafferty.
that guy, yeah. the big news coming out of this podcast? We're going to get Ronan Rafferty.
Bagged milk. I saw last night you were enjoying a South Island pie.
No, not only did I enjoy a South Island pie, I demolished a South Island pie.
Inhaled it. Pretty hard to not inhale them.
Did you American pie the South Island pie?
Not this time, but I would have.
It's
it was
piping
delicious.
hot. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
South Island Pie Company. Check him out. Jamie's story's awesome. If you missed our episode of Real Life a couple weeks ago, last week, he was on the pod talking about his love for hockey, his love for pies, and how the story started. We had a few last week. They were unbelievable, and you can get your own. South Island Pie Company.
If you are a fan of Donairs, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. The sweet sauce Donair meat pie from South Island Pie Company.
Delicious, man. I couldn't believe it.
Ridiculous good.
Couldn't believe how good
Fantastic.
it was.
Yep.
I have a bunch of them in my freezer right now. I could have cleared the deck last night if I really wanted to.
Clear the deck. Sure.
Could have. Didn't.
All right.
And Chalmers asked you if you knew what a volcano was.
Yeah,
eating
good point.
6 meat pies here.
You know what you don't do before you go to your doctor if you're expecting the wet willy? Don't eat a meat pie.
Oh, wet willy. That's not what that is. I got real bad news for you. If you've been going around giving wet willies and calling them that.
All right. That's a wrap on this week's episode of the pod. We'll talk again on Monday, everybody.